In this video, I discuss the types of fuel injection system for a diesel engine. So in the last video, we already discussed the introduction of fuel injection system. So you know the various components and the function of the injection system. In a compression ignition engine, two methods of fuel injection are used. Okay. First system is air injection system. So from the name we can understand air injection means air is used to inject the fuel inside the cylinder. Okay. So what we injecting inside the cylinder in diesel engine? We are injecting the diesels. Okay. So diesels are injected in a cylinder by using the air. That is known as the air injection system. And second system is the solid or airless injection system. Means in a second system we don't use the air to injecting the diesel inside the diesel engines or inside the cylinders. Okay, so generally two type system, by using the air and not using the air. So that we understand the some concept of air injection system and a solid or airless injection system. So first we understand the air injection system. In this system, fuel is injected. Which is our fuels? Our fuel is diesel. Diesel is injected along with high pressure air into a combustion chamber. So in a combustion chamber, we are not only spray the diesels, but we are spraying we are injecting the fuel, that is the diesels, as well as the high pressure air. The pressure of the air is about the 70 bar. So pressure of the air is 70 bar. And what is the pressure of the diesels? So it is depends on the pressure of the air after the compression that is present inside the cylinders. Okay. So a multi-stage air compressor is required to supply the blast of air at the high pressure. So for achieving this high pressure of the air, that is the 70 bar, that is too high, and for this 70 bar, to achieve the 70 bar pressure of the air, we are required a multi-stage air compressors. Okay, so our diesel engine cost is increased due to we are need to extra one of the compressors, its maintenance that have lots of components. So this is the disadvantage of using the air injection system, because we required a multi-stage air compressor. A fuel pump draw the fuel from the fuel tank through a filter and discharge at a definite quantity into injectors. Okay, so two things come to the injector. At the inlet of the injector, one is the diesel is coming from the fuel pump, and the second is air is coming from the air compressor. The high pressure air from the compressor is also lead to the injector valve, which force the fuel through the nozzles when it is open mechanically. Okay, means when the nozzle is open mechanically, there is a force stroke in the engine. So every time the nozzle is not open. Okay, nozzle is open when the piston is nearly reached to the TDC. At that time nozzle is open. So when the nozzle is open, the air as well as the diesel is sprayed, and the pressure of the air is 70 bar, and some diesel pressure is also there. This type of the system not used nowadays in the diesel engines because it's have a certain disadvantages. So next we understand the advantages and disadvantages of these systems. So advantage and disadvantage of these systems are listed below. Before moving on this, I request to like the video even if you understand some things, and don't forget to subscribe the channels for watching the more video. If you want to watch more video related to IC engine, so you go to playlist. I developed the link is provided in the descriptions, and the link is also provided in the top right screen of your mobile where is the I symbols. Okay. So what is the advantages of air injection system? It provide good atomization and distribution of the fuels, because the air up to the 70 bar is very good to atomize the diesels properly and to distribute the fuels. Fuel pump need to develop a less pressure, because 70 bar pressure air is used. So fuel pump is not required to achieve a 70 bar pressure. So fuel pump need to develop a less pressure. It allow to use the inferior fuels. Inferior means that is a low quality of the fuels that can also be used in an air injection system. Next is the disadvantages of air injection system. It require high pressure multi-stage compression. Large number of parts are required when the multi-stage is there. So one component is required intercooler to cool the air and make the system complicated and expensive. So multi-stage compressor is used. it's the make the system complicated and increase the cost of the system. That is called as the expensive system. The power output and mechanical efficiency of the engine is reduced gradually as considerable amount of the power is required to run the compression. So we know that we use the multi-state compressors. So we need to supply some power to the multi-state compressor from the engines. So efficiency of the engine is reduced. Air compressor need extra maintenance. So maintenance cost is increased. Now second type is the solid injection or a airless injection system. From the name we can understand it don't use the air as a last case. Okay, in the last case we studied a air injection system. But in this case air is not used. In a solid injection system, fuel is directly injected into a cylinder without the aid of compressed air. Means only diesel is sprayed inside the cylinder, not air is sprayed. That is why this system is called as a solid or airless mechanical system. In this system, fuel is supplied at the very high pressure. Very high pressure means up to 200 bar. So minimum 70 bar to 100 bar pressure is required and up to 200 bar is used depending upon the pressure of the compressed air at the end of compression strokes. Okay, if the high pressure engine is there, then we require to spray the diesel at very high pressures. Okay, so the fuel is supplied at the very high pressure about 200 bar from the fuel pump to the fuel injector, from where it is injected to the combustion chambers with the help of an injector. The main part of the system are fuel pump and fuel injectors. The solid injection systems available in a three type. First one is common rail injection system. Second is individual pump and injector system. And the third one is distributor injection system. For these three systems I make the separate video. Okay. So this video is available within the next 2 days, or if you watch this video later on, that it is by default available. Okay. So you need to visit the playlist for watching this video. Also in a description the link is provided. So thank you for watching this video. If you learned and like the video, subscribe the channels, comment on the video and don't forget to share with your friend.